Here's what we prepped at Dollar Tree this week. Hey guys, it's Jara with Wicked Prepared. Welcome back to our channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Hit the notification bell and make sure to give us a big thumbs up if you like our video. I've got another prepper pantry haul for you today. This one's a Dollar Tree haul. It's kind of a small haul. I know what you must be thinking. You must be watching the wrong channel because I don't do small hauls. Well, every once in a while I do, and this is one of them. You'll have to excuse me if I sound a little rough today. I've got a wicked cold, but I didn't want to have to wait to get this video out for you, so here I am. That's something that I've heard a lot lately on social media and in the news. A lot of people have been saying they've had the worst cold they've ever had. Well, honestly, people, what did you expect was going to happen when everyone locks themselves away in a bubble and sanitizes everything they touch for a year? Your immune system needs exercise to function at its top performance, just like any other part of your body. That's just how it works. That's why the healthiest kids are always the ones who grow up in the dirt and mud, not the ones who are constantly being scrubbed and sanitized. You know the moms who always say they clean and disinfect all the time because their kids are always sick? Well, Susan, I think you got that a little bit backwards. All right, so now on to Dollar Tree. I know that we've heard a lot about Dollar Tree lately in the news and how they're going to be raising their prices. Well, they've had stores for about almost 2 years now. They've had Dollar Plus stores or Dollar Tree Plus, and those are stores where they have sold some other items that are more than $1, $3, $5, kind of along the lines of like a Five Below type of store. So they've been already doing that for a while, and from what I gather from talking to the managers at the stores in our area, that's what's basically going to be happening. They're going to be selling some different items that are worth a little bit more for a little bit more money. So it doesn't sound like the prices are going to be going up on every single item. But let's face it, guys, at some point Dollar Tree is going to have to raise prices on their items. How long do we think Dollar Tree can keep selling us things for $1? Prices are going up on everything, everywhere, in every store. At some point Dollar Tree will have to do the same, or they'll just be selling us junkier junk for $1. Dollar Tree is paying more for their products now just like everyone else is. The price for a cargo container from China went up immensely, and Dollar Tree was one of those large corporations that went out and procured their own cargo ships to help with the problem of not having enough space on cargo ships to transport their goods. There's a cost to all that, and they have to pass that along to us. Dollar Tree is not a charity organization. They're in this for the money just like every other corporation, and if they're paying more, they're going to have to pass that along to us at some point. You already have to be very wary with your purchases from Dollar Tree because a lot of the time you can find something just as good at another store for the same price or even a little cheaper. Things that are $1 at Dollar Tree are often 97 cents at Walmart or even 87 cents at Walmart. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on prices. But let's take a look at what I got at Dollar Tree this week while things are still $1. All right, guys, here it is. Here is our little Dollar Tree haul this week. All right, let's see what we got. So I will start with some non-food items here that I picked up at Dollar Tree. First, I got some of these little button cell batteries. I got these mostly just to try them out because I need to add more of these to our preps. This is Panasonic, so this is a brand that I've heard of. And these are just some Dollar Tree brand, so I just wanted to see if these are worth stocking. I would be very interested to hear where your favorite place is to stock up on batteries. I typically tend to get my batteries at the warehouse clubs like Sam's Club and BJ's, and I know that Walmart just introduced a great value line of batteries, which I was pretty happy to see. But I've heard some people talk about stocking up on batteries from eBay. And I looked on eBay and you can definitely get a lot of batteries for a pretty low price, but I'm just not sure that I would trust those batteries from eBay. So I would love to hear where you get your batteries. Let me know down in the comments, especially if you've ever tried the batteries from eBay. And then I got some reading glasses. Don't forget when you're prepping to add glasses if you need them at all. I'm lucky enough to only need reading glasses at this point, but if you have prescription glasses, if you can get extra pairs to have on hand, because if you can't read things, then you're going to be screwed. Like if you can't read the instructions on medications, if you can't read all of those survival guides and books that you're stockpiling, so you'll have access to that information when the information network is down and the internet is down. If you can't read it, it's not going to do you any good. So I always pick up some extra reading glasses to have around. This little pair folds, so it's super tiny, so I could stick that in my purse or anywhere really. Next, I got some of these. I got a lot of these These are vapor inhalers. These really help my kids out a lot when they have a cold. I don't know if it's all in their head or if it really actually helps, but they like to have those when they're stuffy and they have a cold. And of course, this is something that you actually stick in your nose. So you're not going to share one of these between multiple family members. So that's why I got so many. They're super tiny. They're just like a little chapstick or even smaller maybe. So you can, if you take them out of the package, you can stash several of them in your first aid kit or wherever you need them. And then whenever we start using one, I just take a Sharpie and write that person's name right on it so that we know they don't get mixed up. They also have, this is basically the same thing with Himalayan salt. So I got a few of those because for a while I couldn't find these that we usually get. So I bought some of these. I also got some Excedrin migraine because these are the little packets that I can add to my travel first aid kits. We can add them to people's EDCs, stick them in bug out bags. They're just little packets of 1 dose per packet. Now sometimes it's actually cheaper to buy a large box of the packets on Amazon, but I didn't need a lot of this Excedrin migraine. We won't use a lot of that. So I just got those single-use eye drops. You know, I am a big fan of all kinds of single-use packages that I can stick into any little first aid kit. So I got some single-use eye drops. I thought that was a really neat thing to have. I got all these Kleenex wipes. These are, there's only 8 wipes per pack, so 8 wipes for $1 actually seemed pretty spendy, but I'm always looking for small packages of wipes that can be used on faces. I don't feel like I want to use antibacterial wipes on kids' faces, and we always need to wipe kids' faces, and I like to have those stashed in my purse and everywhere else that we might need them. So I'm always trying different small packs of those. These are some little travel drinking straws. There's silicone, and they're folded up inside this little capsule, and I actually don't buy these for the straws. I actually prefer the metal collapsing travel straws that we have. I buy these for the actual package that they're in, for that little capsule, because it's super handy to stick different things in, small things like Q-tips, like matches. You can make a little kit with that and you can tuck it into anything so those little items won't get lost. And then after that I picked up this pack of tweezers because it has some different ones, some angled tweezers and some blunt end tweezers. So I was going to try those out and see if those are any good. And then I just got some more of these candles, these 9-hour emergency candles, because I try to pick up a few of these whenever I can, so we have a pretty good stockpile of these. And then I got some food items. Now first I got some condiments because this is a good deal on this. This is a little bit cheaper than buying it at Walmart, even if I buy the bigger container, but I like to have these small containers because there's a lot of baking recipes that call for this 7-ounce package, and then I don't have to measure it out. I can just use that. Those were a good deal at $1. Mayonnaise, got salsa, mayonnaise, and a ranch dressing, and these are small packages, so I don't necessarily think this is the most economical way to buy these items, but sometimes I just want a smaller package. Like I'm going to be using these in some emergency meal kits, and you have to remember that if you are in an emergency and maybe the power is out, if you don't have access to your refrigerator, you can't use your refrigerator, if you don't have a generator or you've run out of fuel for your generator, you might want to have smaller packages because you're not going to be able to refrigerate the leftovers necessarily. So we're going to put these into some emergency meal kits that I'll be showing you here in a little while. You got to check expiration dates on these. Some of these mayonnaise I found the expiration was pretty close, but when I went to a different Dollar Tree, I was able to find some with a further expiration. So just keep an eye on that. I did get one of these Dairy Mills ketchup that I really like. You know I love these. I get these whenever I find them because they're a really big bottle, but I haven't been seeing them a lot lately at the Dollar Tree. They have a brand that's more popular. I think it's Hunt's, but it's a much smaller bottle. So for $1, I would rather get this. So I'm glad I have quite a few of these stocked up in my basement because I haven't found them lately. Then I did get some of these Vienna sausage bites. The kids really like these. This is a pretty good deal getting these bites. It's a bigger can than the typical Vienna sausage can. And we'll just open these up for a protein snack. We take these on hikes. We like to have those, so I grabbed some of those. Then I got some of these oatmeals. This was a limited edition. It's a fairly good deal for $1. There's only 5 packets, so it's actually not an amazing deal, but they were flavors that you don't always see in the stores. This was a gingerbread. I got one to try, and then the rest of them are hot chocolate. I thought that sounded really good, so I had grabbed one for the kids to try, and they tried it, and I even tried it, and it tasted pretty good, so I bought several because I like to stock up on these packets of instant oatmeal. I know a lot of people stock, you know, the whole oats, and we do have a lot of those, but I do like to have these packets for the kids because they're super easy. Just throw boiling water on them and they're done, and they're flavored, so I know the kids will eat them. And we have had some of these around for quite a while, and I have never had a problem with them going bad. So the next thing that I got was some of these shelf-stable milks. I got some 2%, there's some 1%, and then I got some almond milk. If you watched my September National Preparedness Month video, you know that I went through and cycled through some of our shelf-stable milk and used up some of it that was getting close to its date, so I've got to replace that. So I've been replacing. These are super handy to have on hand. This is more like what I consider my more short-term emergency storage, and I use the powders in the cans for more longer term. But these are pretty good, and as long as you refrigerate them, they taste good. The kids will drink them. They'll use them on their cereal, all that. Next, I got some pet supplies, because when you're prepping, you never want to forget about your pets. They're part of the family, so we prep for them too. This, I just bought one to try because we're putting together some bug out bags and emergency kits for our pets, for our dogs, and I just wanted to see if this was something that would be worth including. So I'm going to try this out and see how it works, what it does, if I want to get some more, because we do have 5 dogs. So then I got a bunch of these Dental Life. They're the dental bones that help clean their teeth. Now, I don't buy a whole lot of pet supplies at Dollar Tree. I just don't trust some of the things that I see at Dollar Tree, but this was Purina, so this was a company that I'm familiar with and that I would trust, and I've seen these products in other stores, and this is a really good price to get these for $1 because, like I said, we have 5 dogs, and the vet said to be giving them dental treats every day, so that really adds up. So I bought quite a few of these. I'm always happy when I find these at Dollar Tree. And the other thing that I bought is this 2 bags of this food because, like I said, I don't always trust the pet supplies, the pet foods at Dollar Tree. But this is a brand that I actually do buy for our 2 little dogs. So I bought these 2 little bags because I thought they'd be handy to put into their bug out bags to give them a food supply that's all sealed up. And these don't expire for about a year. And you know that I like to switch out the contents of those type of bags and those type of kits every 6 months. So we should be fine with this. 6 months from now, I'll just take these out and add them into their regular food, into their regular rotation, and add some new bags. So that's what we got for the pets. And then I did get some of these coffee flavoring sugar-free syrups. We have been buying these from Dollar Tree for a long time, and they look like this. They were this brand, Cafe Al Fresco, and we love these. We have so many of these because we go through them pretty quickly. They've had hazelnut and French vanilla are the 2 flavors that we've always gotten, that they've always had. Well, I saw these in Dollar Tree recently, and of course it's a different packaging, it's a different brand. They had different flavors. They had salted caramel, they had pumpkin spice. I think they had one other flavor. But so I bought a few of them to try, but I gotta say I have tried the pumpkin spice and I was not very impressed. I wasn't very thrilled with it. So they still have in this brand. I have not seen the other brand since I started seeing these, but they did have a hazelnut and a vanilla, so I'm going to have to buy those and try them, and hopefully they're just as good as the others, because if not, I don't know what we're going to do. We'll have to stop buying these. Luckily, we have enough of these in the basement to last probably more than a year, but once they're gone, they're going to be gone if they don't go back to that brand. But that's something important to remember. Always try something before you go stock up on a bunch of it, because I just assumed that we were going to like these because we like the other ones that Dollar Tree carried, but they don't seem like they're as good. And then I got some snacks. Now these are the little individual bags of jerky. My kids like jerky. These are really great for sticking into bug out bags, go bags, any kind of little kit like that to keep in the car, to have emergency food in the car. And it's not actually a very bad price if you compare the cost of these packets to the cost of a big packet. It's not that bad, and then you have individual servings. I also bought a couple of these mini bars, sesame and nuts and pumpkin seeds and nuts, because these are pretty dense in calories. They're really good for like a hiking snack, which is the type of food you would want to put into a bug out bag or something like that. But we're going to try these and see how the kids like them before I decide that I'm going to stock up on any more of these and include them in anyone's bug out bags. And next I got some packaged cooked foods. They've got rice. This is whole grain brown rice, and then the other one is whole grain rice and quinoa. And these are the already cooked rice. It's meant to be microwaved, but in an emergency, if you didn't have power, you could heat them any other way. You could heat them on a stove, on an emergency stove, even over a candle or a burner, or you could even eat them cold if you had to, because they're cooked. So these are good to have on hand for short term. I'll be including these in some emergency meal kits because they don't have a terribly long shelf life, but they have at least 6 months to a year, and that's what I look for in my short-term emergency food. You know, I've talked about this before. You want to have foods that don't require water to be cooked, and also foods that don't have to be cooked, foods that are already ready that you could eat cold if you had to, in case you don't have access to a way to heat your food or to water to prepare your food. So behind these, I've got these. I have been so excited to find these at Dollar Tree. These are Loma Linda. They're complete meal pouches, and they are vegetarian. They're actually vegan. They're actually vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free. And I am very familiar with this brand. This brand has been around for a long time. It's a really good brand of vegetarian items. And my daughter is sort of a semi-vegetarian, and the rest of us aren't, but these are actually really good. And these are another great thing to use for bug out bags, emergency meals, because they're all cooked. It's a complete meal. It's meant to be heated in the microwave, but like I said, you could heat it other ways if you had to, and you actually could eat them cold if you had to, because they're completely cooked. The two I've been able to find at Dollar Tree were the Hawaiian bowl, and then I just started finding the Greek bowl. I haven't bought a ton of these because we haven't had a chance to try these. Now, the Hawaiian are really good. Now, I have found these looked for these on Walmart and Amazon, and the best price I've been able to find is still over $2, well over $2. So getting these for $1 at Dollar Tree is an amazing deal. So that's why I got so many of them, because we go through a lot of these. My daughter, she works on a horse farm, and she does bring food with her. So she uses these a lot for that. So we will go through these. We will rotate through these. And I'll keep buying them as long as I find them on Dollar Tree. I will put a link down below to their listings on Amazon. I did find a listing where Amazon is selling them as a vegetarian emergency food packet. So I'm not the only one who thinks they would make good food for emergency situations. But I will put a link so you can check them out and see all the different flavors, because they have some really amazing sounding flavors. And I'm really hoping that I start finding more flavors at the Dollar Tree, because these are the only two I've found so far at Dollar Tree. Even at online prices, if you could get these for $2 to $3 a pouch, that's still actually a really good deal for these if you wanted to try some of the other flavors that aren't available at Dollar Tree, or if you can't find them at your Dollar Tree at all. So the next few things that I got are another couple of things that are non-food. I got some of these large Ziploc bags. I've got 2 gallon and 2.5 gallon. And like I said, I'm going to be putting together some emergency meal kits, and I think I'm going to use these bags to contain the items in those kits. They're large. I don't think I could fit everything into a gallon size, but a 2 or 2.5 gallon should work. So I grabbed several of those. I also got some beanie hats. Of course, being in Maine, we need warm weather, warm gear for cold weather. And we have quite a few hats, but I am going to be organizing our blackout bags, our blackout kit, and I'm going to be adding some hats, because in Maine, honestly, if it's cold, you can really, anywhere that it's cold, you can really help yourself out by putting a hat on your head. You'll maintain a lot of the heat in your body. It'll help you out a lot. And even in Maine, even in the summer, We go camping in August every year, and we have had nights in August that it's been really, really cold, and you would be happy to have a hat. So I'd leave these in our kits all year round because you never know when you might need it. But with winter coming up, we're definitely going to need to have hats for everyone, and they're going to be in the blackout bags, they're going to be in bug out bags everywhere. So I picked up a few extra at Dollar Tree because these feel pretty nice. They're pretty soft on the inside, they're pretty thick, they stretch okay to fit, even my head, so they'll be fine for everyone. And then the last thing that I did grab at the Dollar Tree was these brownie brittle mixes. I was very excited to find these at Dollar Tree because we have gotten these before at Walmart when they were on clearance, and I think they were probably at least $1 then. They're $2 regular price at Walmart, and these are actually really good. And the only thing that you need to prepare these is a stick of butter. That's it. And in a pinch, if I did not have fresh butter, I have my Thrive Life butter powder, and I know you can use that to make cookies, so I don't know why you couldn't use it to make this brownie brittle. So I grabbed a few of these because it's always nice to have some sweet treats on hand, especially if they're easy to make with few ingredients. Alright guys, well that's everything that I grabbed at Dollar Tree this week. Like I said, you really need to watch prices at Dollar Tree. I saw some cans of pumpkin, just the regular size cans of pumpkin, and I got really excited. I thought that's got to be a good deal. And I always keep a lot of pumpkin on hand ever since we weren't able to get it one year when we had shortages a while back. So I was going to grab a bunch of those, and then I thought to check my Walmart app, and guess what? Those same size cans of pumpkin were 97 cents at Walmart. So you just have to be aware and check the prices on everything. But let me know what your favorite things are to stock up on at Dollar Tree and what you've been stocking up on this week. I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. If you made it all the way to the end, leave me a tree emoji down in the comments. Alright guys, this is Jara with Wicked Prepared. Survive today, thrive tomorrow. We'll see you next time.